Hey my friends, okay, so I know the sound and lighting here is a little on the terrible side, but I want to do a really quick video. Matthew from Thunderbolt Adventure Supply, I met up with him at the Overlanding Expo down in Costa Mesa just like a month ago or so, and he was asking me about my awning setup and how I mount it and stuff. So I wanted to just do a quick video and kind of go through how I built this out. So first off, these, and they're all black, so it's kind of hard to see. Let me move the camera down a little closer and maybe closer to my mouth as well as I'm talking over here. So these three pieces of, I don't know, mild carbon steel, whatever the hell they are, these started life as a single piece, as a 1 foot long, 1.5 inch by 3 inch piece of steel that came from, I think, onlinesteel.com or something like that. I'll put a link in the video description down below. I had a buddy of mine who's good at metalworking, chop it up into 3 pieces, bevel all the edges, make it all nice and safe and stuff. And then I went to work on drilling the holes exactly where I wanted to make kind of the erector set of this whole setup. And the general concept is I want to be able to mount the awning on the side of the cab and basically make it as streamlined as possible. I don't want to mount this to the crossbars on top of the cab. I want it to be as streamlined as humanly possible. So using bracketry that then bolts directly into the roof mounts here. We're using these pieces from Weisstech. So here's how it goes together. On the back of the Dome 1300, you've got this slot with these nuts that can pop out in the center section here. So essentially it's being held on by 2 of these bolts with nuts on each end, right? You can slide them around as you need to, right? So then, essentially, these mounts go onto the roof. And the way I have this set up, actually, is you've got the 2 side holes, which are going to go through the bolts on the back of the Dome 1300. I've got a large hole in the bottom, which is where these big bolts go through. I've got a small hole on the top, which is where the Allen wrench then goes through to be able to turn it. And of course, to get these nuts on here, that is absolutely why you need a ratchet wrench. I swear, these things are worth their weight in gold. So many projects, these things allow me to get into tight little spaces, like in here to go. And so then these 2 pieces then go around that roof mount bar with this on top to sandwich it. And then this threads on right there and it pulls it in nice and tight. All right, let me show you how this works for giggles here on the mount here just on the side of the bed. Of course, it's the exact same mount as up there on the roof. In fact, it's the exact same mount on the back of the camp speaker. The camp speaker has one. That's the locking mechanism. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so these 2 pieces kind of nest against each other and they fold in together like that. You put that on top. It's got like a little divot here to kind of mesh in there, kind of nice. And the 2 bolts go through, right? And so again, right, this piece goes on like this. Another bolt going through. Allen key going down and threaded in. It really is pretty easy peasy. So there we go. It really is as simple as that. It's kind of an erector set, kind of just kind of bolted together setup. These Weisstech pieces are definitely sexy machined chunks of aluminum. There are cheaper options out there, but boy, these are cool. These are cool, and definitely, you know, the way it's mounted is just on the 2 mounts, going straight forward back, and so you know it's going to wiggle a little bit. And so I wanted to make it as strong as possible because I don't have the kind of the boxing of the crossbars across the roof to go ahead and build in extra strength. So I wanted these pieces to be as solid and quality and strong as humanly possible. So the last chunk here, just for giggles, this actually kind of mounts at an angle on the back of my rooftop tent. And this is a shower mount. And so basically this is a kind of a fold out shower bar thing from Front Runner. It unfolds like this. And then, you know, this is kind of at an angle once I've opened my rooftop tent. And so essentially it just goes on like this, right? And so kind of extends out and I can hang my shower bag off of that to go ahead and, you know, get some elevation. So the hose, you can actually spray stuff and stuff. And, you know, Monica and I are both very tall. And so having this as kind of high up as possible is really very nice. And then this, of course, folds in nice and small to go ahead and, you know, tuck away in our drawer system. And the bag as well tucks away easy peasy. And yeah, that's our kind of simple little setup for the Dome 1300. Let me go ahead and show you a little extra footage from the last time we had this all set up, and we were using it when we were up at the open house for the Rivian Outpost Center in Groveland, California. And here we are in the spring of 2025, getting everything mounted back up, the rooftop tent and the awning and stuff, and getting ready for a new camping season. One huge win though, especially because the watering hole was broken, was our new shower. Check this out. So I'd gotten some pieces for this a while ago, but kind of figured out recently kind of how to really rig this up properly. Check this out here. So this is just a section of 1.5 inch by 3 inch steel square tube. A couple of holes put in at a strategic angle. Gone ahead and lined up, of course, with the slots on the roof nest. A couple M8 bolts coming out and then nutted in. And it works great. It works fantastic. Able to rinse all the dust off us and that kind of stuff. So that's a so that's a huge win. Similarly, we have the same kind of tubing for mounting up our awning. For what it's worth, it is bare naked metal right now that will get powder coated, but just finished getting those set up recently, and so haven't had time to do that yet. But that will be coming to make it look all nice and shiny. Besides that, of course, there's the tent, there's the kitchen. There's Monica. All right, for some shade for breakfast, we are going to attempt to put up the awning. We haven't, we had it on the Volvo and we did it a few times, but we haven't done it probably literally in 3 years.
Yeah.
I seem to remember it was doable with one person, but like way easier. And I seem to remember things like fall out and ambush me. And the hardest part was like the poles that go through the, yeah, these, the fiberglass tent poles. And here's the... Okay.
So, how does this work? Like unscrew it? How did you do that?
Magicito.
I don't know how.
You need to grab the bottom.
Oh. Oh, look at that. Wow,
Look at that.
Amazing.
Woo!
Woo-hoo. I can even cook here, like even if I undo this.
Totally.
Let's see, where is the... Yeah, it's pretty tall.
That's why we got it. That's why we didn't like the whole batwing thing, because this could be tall and big for crazy tall people.
Perfect now. And we can bring the chairs over here.
Sure.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh. That is awesome.
Totally worth all the struggle.
Oh my God. How long it took us?
It's 8 o'clock now. And the video, can I see it? Can I touch it? Video's been going for 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Move our table.
I'm sure we'll get better with more practice.
Yeah.